time, so it's Saturday. Figured some people might be up, and I thought I'd just say hi. Let's see, I'm driving away from my house right now, so we'll see if this live stream right here. No, no, we're good. We're good. Okay, well nobody's here yet anyway, so that doesn't matter. Well, there you go. All right, we made it through the Wi-Fi cellular connection. How's everybody doing today? Forax, AJ, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. I don't have a particular topic I want to talk about. Thought I'd just hop on here and say hi to you guys. Me and Willis are going to the post office. Good morning, good morning. How are all you lovely people doing? It's, let's see, the temperature gauge says 73 degrees here on the west side of Phoenix, so for all you guys that are still freezing right now, sorry. But here in about a month, it's going to be like 100 degrees, so. And you guys will be nice and comfortable. So we have pretty much through the whole winter as far as weather goes. But, these guys in front of me have a sticker on their truck that says, one says poodle on board, and the other one says baby on board. They want to know that people they have a dog and a cat, dog and a baby in their car. I'm still having my coffee, just trying to wake up. Yes, I said wake up. I know it's 10:45. Saturday, I slept a little bit. I've been having the craziest dreams. Well, not just lately. I have weird dreams all the time, but they've gone from like nightmarish to just really bizarre. Really, I'd explain them, but it sound like a crazy person, even though they're just dreams. Yeah, they've been really bizarre lately, really vivid. I'll have one. It'll be like at the end of the engineered dream, it feels like, and then whenever that one's over, boom, I wake up and I sit there and think about that one for a second and go, okay, well, that was weird, and then go back to sleep. There goes another one. Boom, that one's over, wake up, go back to sleep. I'm like, can I just go through all these without waking up? That'd be nice. So it's been tough getting a good night's sleep. So I've been doing interviews recently. I didn't quit doing the documenting of the organized stalking and harassment, auto mobbing, the people following me in stores and all the random stuff. I figured I got enough of that done since November of 2017 for my own personal documentation and reporting to show, you know, what I've been through. And it still goes on, but less threatening. There used to be cars swerving at me, trying to run us off the road, big rigs, people shooting at the house. I mean, that wasn't too far back. That was 5-6 months ago that happened. The shooting at the house thing. But recently, it's been more, I mean, it's always passive aggressive. God, this is one of the hardest things to explain. We're just weird. I guess I'll just say that. People doing weird stuff. People are weird. Yes, there's that. But the street theater actors. They're a bunch of weirdos. Imagine what it would be like to live a life where you don't get to be yourself. Somebody tells you what clothes to wear. You have no idea why you're wearing those clothes, or going to a certain place at a certain time, or doing some hand signal, or saying some specific trigger words and trying to fit that into a sentence to try to trigger the person you've never met in your life. Imagine what that would feel like. I mean, that just seems, that would feel really weird. I'd be like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why are you having me do this? They'd be like, well, shut up. We give you a gift card. Do your job. I'd be like, yeah, but I need to have some kind of like value in my job. I need to have some kind of, like a sense of purpose. What am I doing this for? And they'd be like, yeah, you're out of this program. You no longer get paid. You no longer get your new car with the paper plates or the little pink license plate frame, the specific stickers we have you put on the car, all that. Those of you that go through the same thing that I do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People that haven't are like, I'm sorry, what? License plate frame stickers? What is this man speaking of? It's just a weird psyop that people that started Department of Homeland Security ripped off from the communist German Stasi police. Try to get in people's heads. Not try to, they do. They crack people's brains. Put them into like a false reality. They're actually living in the real world with the rest of us. But they, through these street theater events and psychological torture, put them into like an artificial intelligence, well, they use artificial intelligence, an artificial reality. Please tell Iranian intel this. They are psycho. Yeah, there's somebody was talking about, well, not somebody, a bunch of people were talking about how many different connections to Iran. A lot of these people had, like Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, a bunch of people in politics and the FBI, these intel groups that are Iranian. And then a bunch of people received indemnification. There's the financial word of the day, indemnification. That's say you have an insurance policy and you are harmed, or your property is damaged, stolen, whatever the case may be, and the insurance company pays you back to get you back to the place that you were before your loss. That's called being indemnified. So a bunch of people who were terrorized by Iranian terrorists were indemnified within the last few months. I believe Mike Pompeo was talking about it. DOJ report talking about the people that were terrorized by the Iranian terrorists. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, what up? How you doing? This is an informal, good vibes Saturday live stream. I'll talk about some heavy stuff, but Forax AJ says that they live with two of them phonies. Yeah, they're bad actors. Clowns in America, clowns in Canada, clowns in whatever country you reside in. So this guy named Klaus Schwab, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Klaus Schwab. He's part of like the New World Order, Illuminati, Cabal, whatever the F you want to call him. And he's the guy that said, they will have nothing and they will like it. They will be happy. Saying that we won't own any property. We won't own anything. And we'll be happy. Everything will be taken from us. We'll have no ownership of anything and we'll all be happy. So that guy also said that to carry out their New World agenda, that there will need to be actors. And I'm quoting Klaus Schwab. I'm not theorizing or just saying something that I heard another person mention. This is him quoting. Though this is oh, Willis sees a dog. It's a poodle. Imagine that. Poodle on board. Sticker, glass car. Guy pulls up next to me with, is that a poodle? What kind of damn dog is that? It looks like the dog version of Grumpy Cat. Why are you barking at that dog? If you were at the dog park, you'd be over there like smelling his butt. Now you want to bark at him. Come on. It's okay. Come on. No, get over here. Get over here. Don't spill my coffee, man. All right. So yeah, it's warm. It's warming up pretty good here. I'm just sitting in my truck waiting for a minute until poodle handler goes. Willis is the nicest dog you'll ever meet until you approach our vehicle. And he's like, they're trying to get our boxes. They're trying to break my leg again. Willis, stop. Oh, now this guy's getting his dog out and putting him on a leash. Willis, stop. Come here. Come here. Oh. That's normal at the post office, right? Get your dog out, put him on the... Willis, stop. Stop. Get your dog out, put him on the leash at the post office. Let's take the dog for a walk at the post office. Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. I get my dog out and put him on the leash while I'm at the post office in a parking space and go, hey, Willis, let's go for a walk, buddy. Let's go for a walk. We're at the post office. What better opportunity could we have to go for a walk? Well, we're in a parking space at the... Okay, I'll stop being a smartass. I need to... I have 5 packages that I need to take in here. Let's roll these windows down for you, little man. You can bark at the poodle. Are you trying to tell her you like her? Is that what's going on? You think she's cute? She kind of looks like Grumpy Cat, but a dog. Yeah, she looks pretty grumpy. All right, let's take these packages in. All right, you guys stay here. Oh, we got the dog walker at the post office. So I have here, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. I've got my truck full of boxes to ship out, and that looks like some great sales, but everything in my store is 75% off right now, so you know, it's 25% of what it usually is. So a lot of work, less money. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Right. Hey. What's up, buddy? I'm gonna set these here. I got like 3 more.
All right.
Whoop.
Sorry.
You want to dance? So here's our red and white car. You guys hear me talk about the red and white car combination. Show that in the media quite a bit. And there's going to be a street theater skit. Let's see here. I can take 3. Right, so there's going to be some of that directed conversation I tell you guys about here. They do it all the time. Neural linguistic programming. Why is that? Oh, damn. Well, I never won anything at the carnival. I was in one.
Well, you couldn't make that simple toss with the ring or the ball.
Yeah, you're right. None of it's rigged, right?
Yeah, none of it's
None
rigged.
of it's rigged.
Did you at least get the clown into the tank?
Hopefully we'll see a few clowns go into the tank.
Hello. Is there anything here that is liquid, fragile, perishable, potentially hazardous, perfume, antibiotics, mercury? See, no button on the screen.
Alright. See? Oh, no, I made it went into another box.
For some reason, my system decided to go right back to the beginning. Okay, what's going on here?
It's me. It's me.
What's going on with my system? Every time she's saying no, it comes back to the very beginning. It goes home.
It's me. I'll take the blame. Computers go haywire everywhere I go.
Okay.
Certain people.
On the scale, 209
All right.
you're pressing the red no button. Well, my system out enough to go back to
What's up, buddy? Okay, let's check our, while we're here. Let's check our P.O. box, which just happens to be 702. So if any of you guys have ever researched FISA, the unconstitutional secret court here in the United States that affords no due process, that's the FISA court. And they have FISA section 702 and 12333. So there's my P.O. box. I mean, I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but I was given 702. But you don't need that anymore, man. Guy walking in with his mask. I always tell people when they're walking in with their mask, I just go, yeah, I don't need that anymore. I mean, if you don't, go on the CDC website. CDC website says you don't need it anymore. It's a recommendation. So again, I'm just quoting, you know, the people. All right. So I go, oh man, you don't need that anymore. He goes, oh, you don't? And he started taking it off, and then he put it back on. Come on, people. Take back your rights. Breathe. Oh no, I know. I make the gang stalkers nervous because I'm supposed to be freaking out or all timid and talking about me. I know. They're like the wannabe paparazzi. I don't know. It's like now I'm not comparing myself to President Trump, but the media obsesses over President Trump. The politicians that they obsess over President Trump. Obsess. They're fixated on him. That's kind of what this is like. These people obsess and fixate over somebody they've never met. Well, these people, I've met them a bunch of times. I was actually going to file a report on this guy Brian in here because he was just yelling at me one day when I was just trying to drop some packages off. This was like 5 years ago, and tried to go through the whole process. Went in, talked to the post office manager, and I was like, hey, this guy is out of control. He's like yelling at me, he's throwing boxes, he's doing all this stuff, and he gives me this it's all bread and circuses. Yes, it is. Clowns. And the post office manager was like, well, hey, he's a veteran and he's got PTSD, he's bipolar, he's this and that. And I was like, unless he got diagnosed bipolar after joining the military, then he either one, wasn't in the military, or yeah, got diagnosed after. Because if you're diagnosed bipolar before you go into the military, you don't make it through MEPS. MEPS is your medical evaluation and all that. So anyway, but just like some gaslighting bullshit story, just to validate the guy's bad behavior when it was just intentional gaslighting, trying to get me to react, or just what these people do. And long story short, I ended up not filing the report. I was like, this is a long, drawn out process. This guy's fighting me, give me a sob story. I got shit to do. Let's move on with our day. In hindsight, I wish I would have stuck with it and followed through with that report. But that guy I was talking to in there, that's the guy. And I just act like we're old buddies now. You know, he still uses the directed conversation, and he has a good old time doing it. And I just talk back and forth with him, and I play verbal jujitsu. And I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. I want to be friends with people, with my, the people that work in the local businesses, my neighbors. Why wouldn't I have a normal relationship with the people that I transact business with? And be real, like, oh, hey man, how you doing today? Good. How are you? What's new? Nothing, just trying to keep up with the world and all the crazy stuff going on in it. What do you think about these masks? Stuff like that. But no, these folks like to live in make-believe land. Play little skits, theater stuff all the time. They can't, it's like a mental disorder. I don't know which one that would be called. Psychopathic, narcissistic, delusional disorder. I don't know, I'm just making shit up. Sounds right. But yeah, think about that. Who would want to live in make-believe world and just pretend, oh, what do these guys got going on? What are these guys doing? You got like a little farmer's market? Like a dirt bike shop? Shit, I almost want to go check that out. If you guys have listened to me for quite a while, you know I love swap meets and garage sales and all that stuff. They're a good old time. For me. Some people are like, garage sales? You want to go look at somebody's old shoes? No, that's not why I go. Meet a lot of interesting people. Some real people. Some genuine people that have interesting life stories. Willis is probably about to... Yeah. Hey. Hey. It's just a guy on a scooter. Come on. It's okay. Get in the back. Get in the back. It's just a guy on a scooter. What do you know about people on bikes and scooters that I don't know about? What's the deal, man? Motorcycles too. If you're riding a motorcycle, bike, scooter, within 20 feet of this vehicle, you are not a friend of Willis. If we're out of the truck and you walk up and say hi to him, he's like, "Hey, how you doing? We're buddies. What's going on? Will you pet me?" Maybe it has something to do with people getting into our house while I'm gone and terrorizing him. He's like, "You're invading my space. Fuck out of here, you weirdos." I think I clicked that little button when I uploaded the video that this may have language, a little bit of strong language. Oh, speaking of, I started talking about the interviews I've done over the last month, because I haven't been doing a lot of these. I've been doing mostly interviews with other people, because I've talked about just about everything I can talk about, everything I can figure out, and I want to get insight from other people. And what I talk about, what I've been through, links to a lot of other things. And one of the reasons that these people think they can get away with doing that is because they think they own us. Well, they kind of do technically in a roundabout way, because we're born into a corporation and we have a social security number, and that's our employee ID number to the corporation. And then the government gives us $1 million bond at birth, and then they like buy, sell, trade that, invest in it, do whatever. I don't even know all what they do with our $1 million bond, but throughout our life, and they buy us and sell us our number, our value, to different corporations around the world. And you can look this information up to verify it. I looked up mine. 1,224 corporations have bought and sold me, and they're all over the United States, a few in Delaware, got like New Zealand, South Africa, China, Switzerland, just all over the world. Corporations that are like, let's buy this person's identity and we'll trade it and make money on it. They seem like a good investment. And then you can see what your bond has accrued, like how much money you're worth without your consent, on another website. And I think mine was in $10,000 bonds. Mine was like 52,000 and some change. So you multiply that 52,000 times 10,000, and that comes up to 520 million. So I'm not even valued that high. I'm not, I haven't been pumping a lot of money into the government taxes. I've been just trying to do things on my own, run my own businesses. Yeah, not feed into the corporation. I didn't know why I was doing it for a long time, but I was just like, I want to be connected to these people. I want to be connected to me. So anyway, believe it or not, that $520 million valuation is not a lot. Some people are like $4 or $5 billion. And one of the last interviews I did with James, the financial guru, he explains how that came about. 1871, when the United States basically was purchased by a corporation, the Rothschilds and some other families, and switched us from constitutional law to maritime law, where we're considered cargo. We're considered dead. Literally, they refer to us as dead men walking, which I think that's where the Grateful Dead came up with their name. I don't know. Jerry Garcia had CIA connections, so something going on with that. Anyway, yeah, check out that last interview, the interview before last that I did with James, the financial guru, and he explains how we were sold into slavery. They were like, "Hey everybody, guess what? We freed the slaves. Black people will no longer have to work and toil in the fields. They'll be free and we'll all live happily ever after together." And what they really meant was, okay, the citizens, well, we weren't citizens before the corporation. We were just men and women. So, but that's corporate talk. Citizen is a corporation word. Anyway, that's off on a tangent. You can do more research on that. But they were like, all right, the men and women of this country are not going to put up with human beings being used as tools and being owned like dogs. That's just not right. Why would that person, because of the color of his skin, be owned by that person because of the color of their skin and have to go out in this fucking field for 16 hours a day and pick cotton? People are like, no, I'm ready to fight for that. I'm ready to fight for that man's life and risk my life to do it. So the Civil War happened, and then in 1861, I believe. Anyway, a year after the Civil War started, the IRS was created. I mean, imagine that coincidence, right? Civil War starts, they're like, damn, these people mean business. They're gonna fucking free these slaves. What are we gonna do? And then like some evil Rothschild, like like Mr. Burns character in The Simpsons, he's like, we'll let them believe that they won the war and the black people are free, but we'll enslave them all financially. Ooh, ha, ha. Right? So that's like exactly what happened. And yeah, so that's why the IRS was created. They financially enslaved everybody. They're like, all right, you're gonna work and you're gonna believe you have you know, freedom, but we're gonna take a wet bite out of your ass. Did I say that right? I was trying to quote Shawshank Redemption. Anyway, they enslaved everybody financially. So then they were like, okay, we got the IRS started. Let's start called the Federal Reserve, and then we could just create money out of thin air, and then we could make the value of money go up and down, and we can have inflation, and that way the money's worth less and less, and people have to work harder and harder, and pretty soon they can't get ahead, so they can't have capital to fight us. They're all just like trying to struggle just to make it through life and buy a gallon of milk for their kids while they're working 3 jobs. And they're like, yeah, that sounds like a good plan, let's do that. So we got the Federal Reserve, the IRS, even the Bar Association. It's all from London, England. These are all weaponized systems against the constitutional American men and women to keep us enslaved. And if we're enslaved and they own us under corporations, then that would explain why so many people... There it goes. There's still 3 people here. Oh, Planet Pat said, nice Hurley hat from around the world. Sorry that one took so long. I apologize. I couldn't find it in the inventory. And then it just appeared out of nowhere. So thank you. I appreciate that. My phone overheated, like right as I was pulling into the driveway, or right as I was driving in towards my house. I was just about home, and it's, let's see, 77 degrees here in Phoenix, so it was probably a little hotter in the truck, the cab of the truck, and my phone overheated. Yeah, hey, I'm back. So, as you guys just saw, you rode with me to the post office. I'd go to the post office quite a bit because I'd ship out items from my store, hats around the world. Well, for those of you that are new to the live stream, here, I'll show it to you. For those that have been following me and watching my videos for a couple years, you're like, good Lord, man, we're sick of seeing these damn hats. So, but it's what I do to try to survive, and it's tanking slowly. But this is hats around the world, everybody. There used to be over 17,000 hats in here. And I was doing pretty good. I grossed like $126,000 about 5 years ago doing this, doing other eBay stuff. And this year it's down, way down, like almost to the point where it's not even paying for itself. So everything in the store is 20 or 25, 75% off right now, so I can clear out the inventory and try to do something else. Here's the shipping room, as you see down there. Big mess from labels. I've been busy. Shipped out about, let's see, 26, 70, about 70 items, something like that. So I've been doing that. I got 2 part-time jobs, which I haven't been to in like a week and a half, because they just have sporadic work, landscaping, doing media production and stuff like that. Whenever they have work, they call me. And yeah, so I'm just doing that, trying to pay the bills. And it's, again, this month it's getting a little bit sketchy. So if you guys want to go to Hats Around the World, I'll post a link in the comments. Dig a bunker. What? Here, I'm gonna read a couple of you guys' comments here, and then I'm gonna check out and try to enjoy some Saturday. Get on my computer door though here, and read the comments. So yeah, if you guys want to watch my last few interviews, they're pretty informative, regardless if you are experiencing the same type of thing I am or not in life. One was with a guy named Branson, who's a constitutional corporate maritime law expert. The second one is with a guy named James, who calls himself the financial guru because he's literally a licensed financial advisor. And also an expert with the history of our country and our different types of laws, the rules for thee and not for me laws, you know, constitutional law as opposed to maritime law. Certain people know the real rules and keep that hidden from us, the plebes, the slaves, and refer to us as like animals, like dogs and cats and stuff like that, so they can feel better about owning us. You know, they think of us as animals. The Nazis did the same thing. Let's see, somebody's asking, oh, nonprofit, hey, how's it going? Do I have any military hats? I have a bunch of military hats. If you could just go to the store and click on view items in store and type in whatever branch of military hats you would like to view. Air Force, Army, Marine Corps, Navy, there's all kinds of them. Actually, when I post the link here in the chat, I'll post a link with one of the branches. All right, Hats Around the World, eBay. D says, I feel like I'm being watched like livestock. Well, most of us are. I mean, that's not even a targeted individual thing. That's just a mass surveillance thing. Everybody is. Edward Snowden told us about that. Everything we do on our phones, emails we send, phone calls, search history, all of your data goes to, all of your business transactions go to 2 major data collection facilities. And if I sound like I'm just talking about it like it's a normal thing, it's not a normal thing. People shouldn't be, that shouldn't be a thing. But I'm just used to talking about it. So here, I'll type in, I usually don't put military. I usually put the branch, but okay. So here's the link in the chat for military hats. Boom, there you go. Here, let's do a few of them. What branch are you looking for? How have I been, Mike? Well, I mean, I'm not living the dream. I am, but not struggling financially. I'm in a good mood, obviously. If you've been watching this, this whole thing, but I've been better. I'll be better when some progress is made. Uh, More progress is made. There is progress being made here in our country. Positive things are happening. We're just going through a transition period, a paradigm shift, a great awakening kind of thing, where a lot of people need to be shown the truth and not told the truth. A lot of people won't listen unless something personally affects them, and we're going through the process of that happening right now. So I'm just trying to be patient, doing the best I can to share information with people, talk to people, um, pay the bills. Yeah, so it's not like everything's peachy, but you know, I keep my coffee mug here to keep me hopeful. Found that at a garage sale for $1. Um, hey, what branch are you looking for other than military? Is there a specific branch? Air Force, Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Coast Guard? That's a branch. I don't have any Space Force hats. Those haven't hit the Marines. All right, let's look up Marine Corps. Marines. All right. So the Marines, I've had different people helping me list. I would always put Marine Corps, CORPS, but some of the people I would have helping me list hats would just put Marines. And so there's other stuff other than just Marine Corps hats on this link, but there's one for Marines. Here, let's do Marine Corps while we're at it. I mean, we're just having fun, hanging out. Saturday, right? We got time. Marine Corps. Search. Why is that one in there? United States Marine Corps logo. Okay, well that one got mislisted. It's a yellow hat that says Lotus, and it's listed as a Marine Corps hat. All right, disclaimer, don't buy that hat. But here's Marine Corps. Bam, Marine Corps. What are some other categories that you guys would want to see other than military? Give me a random topic, something to search. Even if you don't want to buy anything in my store, just if you're curious, like your favorite baseball team, your something you're interested in. Random word. Oh, you said Air Force too. Okay, well, people are thinking of their random word or their what they want to look up. Let's look at Air Force. I used to have this one in my store, and then I was like, damn, I kind of like that hat. I think I'm going to keep that one for myself and delete it out of the store. You know, the perks of owning a used hat store. You get to... Oh shit, that one's still listed in my store. I better remove that one. Okay, everybody, don't buy the one I'm wearing right now. It's still listed in my store. I guess I forgot to delete it. I should probably do that. So anyway, here's a link to Air Force hats. Don't buy the one I'm wearing. All right, there's Air Force hats. I better go in and just like some troll's gonna go in and buy that hat, so I gotta beat him to it so I can go in and delete it. They'll buy it. They'll be like, I'm sorry, I can't send this item. It's out of stock. You know, because I wore it and it's like sweaty. They'll be like, you have terrible customer service. How could you treat your customers like this? Like, relax, it's a hat. And they're like, I'm sorry, I'm getting a gift card to harass you. Let's see. Bar username. Item title. Listings. So how's everybody doing today? Is everybody in a good mood? Doing better than normal? Hope you are. Edit. No. Actions. End. End listing. Ha! All right, trolls, I beat you to it. I got that out of the store before you could buy it. B said they have insurance policies on us. Yeah, absolutely. When I looked up some of the, you guys should really go to that interview, and we'd walk you through how to look up, what corporations have bought you and sold you. And some of them are, you can look up all of their information, what type of business that they're in. And several of the ones that I looked up were insurance corporations. And would not be surprised at all if some of those insurance corporations were the ones that have the life insurance policies on us. And it's not just targeted individuals. It's a lot of people. A lot of people. Rosebud says targeted individuals will be free soon. You know what? I might be willing to agree with you on that. It's so a lot of people that are. Excuse me, I'm trying to do a live stream. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Our cat is in heat and she's running around going, "Meow, hello?" Sounds like she says hello. Anyway, gang stalker in Texas. Barden lying through his teeth. Okay. Fact check me. Fact check me. So anyway, hey, welcome to the live stream, trolls. Enjoy your gift card. Where are you gonna go? Best Buy, the grocery store. That cat is a perp. Huh? No, that cat just wants some D, and is hollering at the top of her lungs to get out and get some. She hasn't been fixed, so she's pretty loud when she's what? How do the kids say it? When she's thirsty. Anyway, yeah, go to the interview I did with James, Financial Guru. He'll walk you through how to look up who owns you. Isn't that weird to say? I mean, nobody owns me, but technically somebody does. And they own all of us. Anybody that was born and got a birth certificate, social security number, put your footprint on a piece of paper so your foot can't touch land. It's really a weird way of thinking, like no common sense. It's like this magic trick, paperwork, corporation kind of bullshit. But yeah, they put your footprint on a piece of paper first, your docking papers, your cargo papers, so it can't touch land, and therefore that footprint belongs to the corporation, your cargo. Where was that? Where was that class in school? I guess the corporations own the schools, and they don't want to let you know that you were enslaved into a corporation in 1871 with a Virginia company. Then they wouldn't teach you that in school, right? No. The aliens aren't the culprits behind the stalking. This is government, Masonic, British crown slavery. It's just manipulative psychopaths, narcissists that, they feed on, they want control. They want control. And the slaves are trying to break free from the plantation and learning more about this kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Nonprofit cat eggplant. Yeah, that cat wants a cat eggplant. Anyway, yeah, it's they see the slaves running. You guys ever seen that? What's that? What's that movie with Matthew McConaughey where he helps? He joins up with some of the slaves and fights with them. What is that movie called? Great movie. Andrea, never mind. Andrea doesn't watch many movies. You don't have Free State. Thank you, Charles Hall. Charles Hall, how you doing, man? Yeah, Free State. Free State with Matthew McConaughey. You guys should watch that movie. That's kind of like what's going on right now in a different way. It's a more passive aggressive, like mind fuck kind of way. We don't literally have a metal collar around our neck with a chain. It's more of a virtual prison through pieces of paper, contracts, trusts, and bonds that we never knew that we entered into. But yeah, look up that, just Google, DuckDuckGo, whatever, Matthew McConaughey, Free State, and check that movie out. And Trump is like the guy that plays Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey's part, and trying to help us break free from the corporation. And I started talking about this earlier. A lot of people that have become nationals, so have navigated their way out of the corporation and become free men and women of the land, not of the sea. I've talked about how Trump did that, and that's why when he takes some of this stuff to court, that he has no standing, because he's not part of that corporation anymore. So it's like a free man fighting against this corporate entity, and they don't mix together. I don't know enough to even talk about it. But anyway, it's a really interesting subject. SKS says Q is BS. It's a distraction and meant to I don't know about that. I don't know. I've learned more information from Q posts than pretty much anything I ever learned in school. Beery Sun says, Michael, you've got many trolls on your... Yeah, it wouldn't be Mike Barton live stream if the trolls didn't show up, right? Yeah. I'm going to get your gift cards, trolls. Coming for your gift cards. All your gift cards belong to me. I'm going to buy a big RV, and I'm going to go on a big old road trip, and I'm just going to spend all your gift cards. No, I'm not, because then I'd have to go to all those corporate stores. Spend my own money after I sue all you guys. Barry signed, you become a Freemason. Was that like a statement or a question? Any hats on sale? Yeah, they're on sale. $75% off, unless the sale ended. I don't know. Did the sale end? Nope, looks like it's still going. 75% off everything in my store. 10,000 items. If it's not on sale, send me an offer, and I'll most likely take it, because this store is going down. Let's see. Rosebud says, hey, Mike, George Soros got all assets seized. So as they say in the some of the groups, you got any sauce on that? And some of the stuff that's happening behind the scenes, we can't get proof on it because it's, like classified or whatever. I mean, that would be great. Charles Hall asks, why worry about trolls? Trolls have IQs of 90 and below most of the time. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I never personally IQ tested them, but in some of the conversations I've had with some of these people, because I don't just like run away from them. I'll stop and I'll talk with them and tell them, hey, take your mask off. Or, where'd you learn neuro-linguistic programming? Who dresses you in the morning? Where'd you get that shirt? Stuff like that. So I give them the street IQ test, and then if they have to go off script, they're like, You're not someone till you're hated. Well, apparently I'm someone then. I don't know. These people have they've changed their demeanor a little bit. They used to be real cocky and arrogant, and they seem to be in a little bit of a panic now. Like they're just like trying to make their way through. They're not sure what's going on. Um, I need Dodger hats. Okay. Request for Dodger hats. Let's go to our listings. Let's search for Dodger hats, and I'll put a link. Dodgers. So that's actually the team that I grew up watching. I grew up Dodgers when they had like Ron Say, Steve Sachs, Pedro Guerrero, Fernando Valenzuela, Mike Scioscia, all those guys. They were great, and I go with my mom and my grandma sometimes, and neither one of them drank. But when they went to a Dodgers game, they'd get a big old cold beer, and I always thought it was awesome. You could just throw your trash on the floor, which now I can't stand when people throw their trash on the ground. But I thought that was so great. I mean, you get a bag of peanuts, and then you just throw them on the ground. Not a lot of Dodgers hats. Looks like we sold a bunch of those. Not many left. So, but there's a link right there in the comments here. You click on that, and you can go to the Dodger stuff. Pedro Contreras says this guy is playing a character. He is an actor. Who? And we're back. That was my bad. Yes, I'm a guy from California that says my bad because I lived in Tennessee for a couple years. An error occurred. Please try again later. Can you guys see me? I'm trying to, I have my laptop open and I'm trying to view this as we talk here, and it's just a little spinning circle. Preston Martin. Yeah, we got some perps in here. What, I mean, what else would they be doing? Spending time with their family on a Saturday? I guess I'm kind of being a hypocrite. My girlfriend's sitting in the living room, and I'm not hanging out with her. I'm hanging out with you guys. Sorry, Andrea.
What?
Oh, I would just giving the perps a hard time. They're in here. I was like, what else would they be doing? Spending time with their family on a Saturday? And I was like, oh wait, I'm on here talking to everybody, not hanging out with you. Huh? I'm kind of hungry too. Want me to make some breakfast? Okay. Let's see. Let's back up this. Let's click on this. There we go. There we go. So for those of you just joining, looks like there's a few people just joining in right now. Let's see. I'll go back over everything I've been talking about. Everything in my store is 75% off. I put a bunch of links in the chat here. You can look up items that are in my store. I mean, 75% off. It's like $3 to $5 for a hat plus shipping. And yeah. So, okay, so I've been on these, I haven't been doing a lot of YouTube videos lately, other than the interviews that I'm doing with other people, but I've been on these talk rooms on Telegram. Telegram is, if you don't know, is it's an app, social media app. I follow people like General Flynn and Sidney Powell, Lynn Wood, uh, Trump team has one. Um, General Flynn is on there, but I don't know if it's actually General Flynn. It's hard to tell sometimes. There's a lot of people be LARPing. So, but it might be him. I don't know. He stays pretty active. So, but there's a couple rooms that I talk in, and it'll be like this group chat, voice chat. There'll be like 100, 150 people, 50 to 150 people, sometimes close to 200 at one time that are all in these chats. And people, there's a lot of experts on different topics, people that have had different experiences in life, and they share their experiences and just talk. Sometimes they talk about really serious stuff. Last night, if you guys remember, Sergeant Payne on Twitter, he got removed from Twitter and every other platform. They've had some pretty bad trauma in their life recently. I believe they lost one of their children. But he's a fighter, and they were on last night talking about child trafficking and child predators and stuff like that. So that was a really serious topic, and they did like an hour interview on Punisher War Room, and it goes from topics anywhere from that serious to people talking about like recipes, sharing recipes and stuff like that. And they're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it's Punisher War Room on Telegram, and In the Matrix is one. Uh, Actually, Sidney Powell, uh, Lynn Wood, General Flynn was on In the Matrix a few days ago. Just a quick soundbite saying, "Hey, everybody in the Matrix, keep up what you're doing. We love you. You guys are warriors." Sidney Powell's going to be on In the Matrix for an interview on the 25th. So that should be interesting. Be able to actually do like a Q&A with her after her interview in the Matrix. I think in the Matrix will interview her, and then a lot of times when the interviews are over, they open it up for a Q&A, and then you just get to talk to the people that are working on a lot of different things. So for the people in the chat that are trolling, or say you're say you're working in community policing, and you've been told by the police or intel agencies or whatever, like, hey, we're going after these bad people. They did this, or this, whatever. So that's part of a slander campaign, and they're using that to target good people with non-judicial punishment, people that have not been through court of law to defend themselves. They don't know who their accuser is. They have no due process. And community policing is something that President Obama, former illegitimate President Obama, and Joe Biden back 100%. George Soros paid a bunch of money to the Obama administration, and a whole bunch of watch listing guidance was updated. You had the 9/11 FF, and then Patriot Act was signed, which Joe Biden was one of the main authors of. They started Department of Homeland Security, consulted a couple people that were communists. One, Marcus Wolf, second in charge of the Stasi police in communist East Germany. Another guy, Yevgeny Permykov, KGB. And they asked those guys when they started the Department of Homeland Security, hey, how did you guys do what you did? We want to do that here in the United States. And then they inserted those federal programs, Stasi-type programs, into our policing systems here in the United States, and have recreated the Stasi in America. So if you think you're a patriot or conservative or whatever label you want to give yourself, and you're involved in community policing, you are taking part in a communist program. Just to let you know, you know, some people are fooled. A lot of veterans who have gone off to war, Iraq, Afghanistan, were told, "Hey, we're going to fight for freedom," and then next thing they know, they're guarding a opium field, and they're like, "Wait, is this about freedom?" Or oil, or whatever reason we went into these endless wars, and so so good people, good veterans, ended up going off to war for reasons that they were lied to about. And a lot of the people that are involved in community policing, organized stalking, harassment, they're lied to. And they think they're doing something good for their community. They're keeping the neighborhood safe. And you're being used as a tool. So just letting you know, just letting you know. Charles Hall says the same thing happened in Vietnam. Yep, you're right. Yeah, pretty much every war we've been in for, I don't know, 150 years has been funded by the same people on both sides for profit. Ford made the engines for the Nazi tanks. It's all like Rothschild, Payseur, Khazarian, these families that go back thousands of years. They've had a stronghold of everything, property, the monetary system, all of that for a long time. And they're like, man, if we keep these people divided and conquered, keep them divided between ethnicity, religion, political party, and everybody's just fighting back and forth with each other, then they're easy to control. And that's me, you, everybody. If say I'm on the right, I'm on the left, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a this, I'm a that, and then everybody hates each other, and then Lord Rothschild sits there on his throne and goes, oh, look at them all, look at them all, these idiots, we control everything. So, and a lot of people are waking up to that. And that's why 2020 has been the craziest year of anyone's life. I've talked to people who've lived through World War II, and I was like, hey, was this year the craziest year of your life? And they're like, by far. This is by far. No contest. So that's why we're seeing all this stuff. You gotta wear a mask. It's for your safety. The categories, listen. Hello? 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 Trukism says, Mike, when do you think all of this will end and we can all get along again? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like giving out dates. It's not like on the, April so and so will be the day that everybody comes to the understanding that we've been divided and conquered for, thousands of years, and today's the day everybody takes off their mask and quits fighting between, religion, ethnicity, and blah, 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 all that stuff. It's a slow process, and it is happening. I see it happening. People are waking up and realizing, you know what, if I quit hating this person, then my life would probably be a lot better. But it's not going to happen overnight, especially when people are paid. People care about money first and foremost, and if they are getting a paycheck and they have like a nice house and like some four-wheel drive, fun off-road vehicles, a boat, and a RV, and they get to go on vacation with their family all the time, they'll do anything to secure that lifestyle. And they could care less about you, they could care less about me. And that's how a lot of this corruption has moved forward for so long, because people are just, they're sellouts. A lot of people are sellouts. They're paid off, and they will do anything to, keep their job. So Pedro, let's see. Pedro, you're an instigator, my friend. But we still love you, even though you're an instigator. So Pedro, are you sitting at home right now, or are you in like a cubicle at DARPA? Or like FBI, Infraguard, Fusion Center? Where are you at? Pedro, go build or something. Yeah. Pedro Contreras. Pedro says, I live you too, Michael. You okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, then why are you being such an asshole? Man, right when I called Pedro an asshole, my phone froze. Vote for Pedro now. All right. So what we're doing right now is giving a, narcissistic supply. They're like, oh yes, I'm getting them. I'm getting a reaction, and that's not what we need to do. So if a narcissist is trying to trigger you, there's a technique called gray rock, and that's where you just ignore them. They do something to you to try to trigger you, and you just ignore them. Don't let them trigger you. Charles Hall says, clear the cache. I don't know if that, well, you probably know more about computers than I do, buddy, but I lose my connection right when I say certain things. You know, somebody's got their finger on the button behind the scenes. Boop. Just a theory. Okay, Beery Sun says, Michael, there's been protesting in England today and around the world, anti-lockdown protest. Yeah, people need to, not get up and be violent, but get up and protest and just say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I refuse to give away any more rights. I'm not going to give up one more of my rights. And if everybody does that at the same time, there's way more of us than there are of them, and they can't enforce their rules on everyone. Sometimes I wish I could just click on a button here on somebody that is typing in the chat, and then bring them on and talk to them for a couple minutes. And they could show their face, and they could explain what they're talking about. That would be a really good function, YouTube. That would be great. How do we do that? I want to bring Pedro on the show and talk to him. Pedro, let's do an interview. Is that your name? Pedro Contreras? Are you a con man? Are you a TI? Are you just a random person that, how'd you end up on my channel? Did it come up in your suggested videos? And no, I can't send you a gift card because I don't have any affiliation with William Patrick Cox, the company that allegedly, let's say, is connected to, no, not allegedly, William Patrick Cox was a CEO, or an executive for Lockheed Martin. And they are an undefined business in Florida that allegedly processes these gift cards to give out to these compartmentalized groups. D. Marie, hey, it's our resident photographer. How you doing? D. Marie does some great photography. Are you still on Twitter, D. Marie? All right, well, this live stream is going a little bit long. We've been on here for over an hour. Let's see. Deep fake video Rob T.I. gang stalking says that he's from Florida, and what's so special about these gift cards? So if a large corporation wanted to covertly pay citizen operatives and be able to launder that money, and if certain programs that benefited corporations have infiltrated our government systems to become a corporatocracy, right? Then they would take taxpayers' dollars and they would put it into federal funding and federal programs and make sure that that money went back to the corporations. So the corporations could pay their employees, their stalkers, their live action role players, their whatever narrative actors with these gift cards. You don't need to show your ID for a gift card when you spend it. There's no name attached or anything. It just says gift card, X amount of dollars. So they would pay through these compartmentalized groups, InfraGard or certain homeowners associations. They'll approach homeowners. I'm live. All right, I'm back. So it's maybe room temperature in this house. And my phone overheated right as I was explaining how possibly this gift card system would work. So that must be important. So let's go ahead and re-explain that. So people wanted to know about the possible gift card scam. My cat's trying to explain it right now. Okay, so let's say maybe at like a Bilderberg meeting or one of those meetings where the corporations meet with government and they say, hey, we have this money making scheme and it'll be good for social engineering. You can pay your people with taxpayers' dollars that are filtered into gift cards, possibly, allegedly, through a company called William Patrick Cox. They can take all these tax dollars, billions of dollars in tax dollars, purchase corporate big box stored gift cards, Best Buy, Walmart, grocery stores, blah, blah, blah. You know, all of these different people that are in the club, you know, the big old club that we're not in that George Carlin talks about. And you can hand these out through these groups. And when somebody goes to redeem their gift card at Best Buy, Walmart, etc., they don't have to show their name. It's anonymous. It's a perfect way to launder money, right? And in return, that corporation gets the tax dollars that people are paying into going right back into their big old corporation store. So it's kind of like back in the old days, like coal mines and certain mining companies had what they called the company store, and people would live on their property. Their workers would live on their property, and they would pay the workers with store money, like these wooden coins that you could only buy, or that you could only purchase items in that store. So the people worked for the mining company, got paid in money that could only be spent in their company store, and it kept that money in this loop and couldn't go anywhere outside of that. So people couldn't build their own capital. They couldn't save their own money. It just had to go back into that store for them to survive and get the items that they needed. And that's kind of how this, I believe, works. You know, the corporations make deals with our government, who is also a corporation. So all the corporations work together, and they say, all right, let's use these forms of payment for social engineering. We'll pay all of our live action role players with these gift cards. Nobody's name will be attached to it. We can take all of their hard-earned tax dollars, which is unconstitutional. Taxation is theft, and then make sure that that goes back into our corporate stores. and that cuts out a lot of small businesses. Well, any small business that isn't part of the club. And yeah, it's a billion, if not, possibly $3 trillion a year goes into the social engineering targeting type programs. And yeah, so time will tell if I'm right about that or not. I'm right. I'm right. But time will tell, and we'll get some proof about that. And hopefully, we'll see some mass arrests, military tribunals, Nuremberg 2.0, church committees, all of that revisited, and the people that have enslaved other human beings through financial and social engineering programs will have to indemnify the people that they have attacked and enslaved. And it's getting there. It's getting there. I just don't. Who knows? All right. What are you gonna get? Okay. You want to just get me something you think I like? Okay. Uh, D says that he thought that gift cards were for low-level stalkers. That's our theory. Um, some of the I guess higher level gang stalkers, live action role players, private security people would get paid if they worked for a private entity that's contracted by the corporations. They would have a pay scale from that company. If they actually work for the government, then they would have like a GS pay grade, government salary. It goes from like GS1 to GS16 or something like that. So, yeah, so say if they work for, what is the private security company that Brian Coffrin worked for? Anybody remember CSIS or C? I can't remember off the top of my head what the private security company that he worked for that he blew the whistle on. You know, they would get their paycheck from that private security company. And again, if they worked for government, DHS, you know, FBI, InfraGard, whatever, if they had a full-time job with them, it'd be a GS position. And the GS pay grade is similar to like a military pay grade. So if you're enlisted in the military, your pay grade is like E1 through E9. And then if you're an officer, it's like O1 to O10, 6, 7, 8, 9 to O1 to O10, which goes up to like a 4-star general. Less time of war, you become an O11. It's a 5-star general. Anyway, those GS positions kind of coincide with the military pay grade. So you go up to like, I think it's like a GS 16, I believe. 17. I don't know. Anybody know what the highest GS? Here, let's look it up. Let's do some real time research. What is the highest government salary position? GS pay scale 2021. 2021 general locality pay tables, OPM, oversight pay and leave. 2021 general schedule base annual rate, hourly rate. Let's go to annual rate. 15. It says 15 is the highest GS pay grade scale. I thought 16 for some reason. So a GS 15, let's go step 1 through 10. Hello? 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 All right. The cat likes to say hello. Can you guys hear that? Anyway. GS grade 15, step 10 makes $143,598 a year. Step 1 is 110. So I would guess that some of these folks that have government that do this type of thing, they're probably like GS 9 or 10. So $50,000 to $60,000 a year. So there are people that are willing to just step on other people's constitutional rights and take part in psychological operations, make $50,000 a year. And then some of the private funded stuff through like Open Society and whatnot, word on the street is they make like 30, 40 bucks an hour. So, you know, they're out driving around with their app and they're doing all the weird shit. They're making pretty good money. I don't think it's going to be worth it for them though. It's going to not turn out good for them. Anyway, D says that he thinks the stalkers are zombies. You know, it's funny on the CDC website. And if I was on StreamYard, I'd be able to show you guys the website. But on the CDC, Center for Disease Control website, there's literally a write-up about how to prepare for the zombie apocalypse. This is a government website, and they're telling people how to prepare for the zombie apocalypse. So are they trolling us, or do they know something that we don't know? I mean, is this vaccination that people are getting? Is that full of like nanotech or some kind of genetic modifier that is going to turn these people into zombies, and then they flip the switch and their neural connectivity just turns them into like rah, and they're out like, yeah, who knows? But I mean, it's on the CDC website. If you go to it, just look it up. Here, while we're doing this, just look it up. CDC Zombie Apocalypse 2021. CDC.gov. Zombie preparedness. Okay. Check it out. High quality production here, folks. Yeah, this is CDC.gov. Zombie preparedness. Let's read some of this together. Why not? You know, it's Saturday. We're just chilling, having a talk, sharing information. I'll use my best broadcast journalist voice here. All right, so they've got a zombie looking out the blinds with like these dirty fingernails. As I check my fingernails, am I a zombie? Wonder why zombies, zombie apocalypse, and zombie preparedness continue to live or walk dead on a CDC website? As it turns out, what first began as a tongue-in-cheek campaign to engage new audiences with preparedness messages has proven to be a very effective platform. We continue to reach and engage a wide variety of audiences on all hazards preparedness via zombie preparedness. And I've got the zombie preparedness blog, zombie preparedness for educators, zombie preparedness poster, zombie preparedness graphic novel. What? What? Okay. True Kism says, we love you, Mike. I love you too. Thank you guys for being here, hanging out with me. I hope, you know, if you are one of the people that have been completely isolated from your friends and family and you got all these people running around on the street harassing you in the store that, you know, this is a place where you can just kind of come hang out with somebody that's not doing that to you, that's just, you know, having a conversation with you, place to talk. I know that it's helped me being able to connect with people in YouTube chats, or, you know, these voice chats in Telegram. You know, you get to connect with people that understand or have experienced similar or the same things that you have. And you're like, oh, wow, I'm not the only person in the world experiencing this. There's a bunch of people. Met a lady last night that was on one of at the end of the interview with Sergeant Payne, and she was she was an SRA survivor, satanic ritual abuse survivor. She'd gone through a life of trauma, non-organic traumatic events inserted into her life to dissociate her personality or give her multiple personality disorder, and she's deprogrammed from that and experienced all kinds of attacks for doing that. And there are more people than you would realize if you haven't experienced this firsthand and really looked into it and tried to network with people and find a cure for what's going on in your life and try to just get some normalcy in your life. It'd be tough to understand how many people are put through satanic ritual abuse, and it's just like a psychopathic torture program that certain groups, families, organizations will put people through to just see how they can control that person, enslave them, use them for their own good, and well, I shouldn't say for their own good, for their own needs and wants, and like a sacrifice, like a family sacrifice, group sacrifice, and it's pretty nasty. JP says it's gone crazy. Everyone is smiling, but underneath they are full of real murderous hate. There are a lot of people that are full of that, yes, but there are a lot of good people in the world still. Some of them are out there. They're fighting. A lot of the really good people that are fighting are not really the ones that are smiling a lot lately. You know, we're going through a lot of attacks, a lot of torment, torture. You know, they're really trying to keep us on the plantation, and it's not easy. It's not easy to go through this and try to explain, you know, like some of the technology that's used. So, JP says that they believe we will win. Totally, yeah. I believe so too. I don't know when, what date, exactly how it'll happen, but we're in a paradigm shift. We're in, you know, the Great Awakening, whatever you want to call it, and there's a lot of really bad people that are going to pay for what they've done, and you know, I don't really feel bad for them. Stone Glasgow, is this a loaded question? Says, what private companies do this and what tech do they use? Well, I'll just give you a place to start. And actually, Infraguard took this information down off of their website. I'm not sure where you can find it now, but Infraguard, the FBI Infraguard, which is one of the government intel agencies that was infiltrated, taken over, used against a weapon against our own citizens. If you go to infraguard.org, just type it in the chat. infragard.org. Bam, right there. You used to be able to go to this website, and they showed that they partnered with 400 of the Fortune 500 corporations. And I did some research on that. We looked up George Soros's stock investments, and it shows you can look this up, and you know what percentage of that company they own, what the dollar amount is in that, company, corporation, whatever you want to call it. And we found 47 of the companies that George Soros invests in were on the InfraGard website for Fortune 500 companies. So there are 400 Fortune 500 companies that InfraGard partners with. The FBI partners with these corporations. They have some kind of contract. And some of them just made no sense. Like, why would the FBI partner with Tyson chicken farms? A lot of tech companies that they partnered with. But I put this information out and I was telling people, go to the InfraGard website. You can look it up for yourself. And since that time, they removed what companies they partner with. Now, I'm not going to take credit, but did I get the FBI to remove data off of their website, which should be public information since everybody pays for these public servants to work for us? Shouldn't that be like open information? Okay, FBI InfraGard. Home, chapters, events, chapters. So the FBI InfraGard has 80 chapters. With 79. With 79 chapters, InfraGard has a chapter for you. Chapters conduct local meetings pertinent to their area. So that's kind of interesting that there are 79 InfraGard chapters and there are 78 fusion centers in the United States. It's almost like they have a chapter of InfraGard for every fusion center. That's probably just a coincidence, right? Total coincidence. We should, let's see, is there contact information for these folks? You can't click on any of it. What is this? Honolulu. Oh, each chapter has its own link. Contact. Oh, should we call up the InfraGard chapter and ask them? Oh man, that'd be great. I'm on a live stream with you guys, so I can't call them live while I'm on the phone. I should do that. I should call up InfraGard chapters, go live on my computer, and then call on my phone and speak with the InfraGard coordinator and ask them, you know, what are your job duties? Like, what can you tell us about InfraGard? Can you explain what InfraGard's mission is? What your employees do? What positive job function do they have in the United States? And I'm sure they have, like, you know, canned statement. And they've really updated this home chapters events. Join today. No, thank you. Critical infrastructures fact sheet. InfraGard. Connect to protect. Member alliances, 80, 50,000 members, 16 critical infrastructures. Now, here's how they do it. There's probably some things that they do that protect our country. Like, they keep an eye on like nuclear plants, around military bases, and they watch for, you know, bad guys trying to destroy that stuff. But while they're at it, they throw in, you know, whistleblowers, child trafficking victims. I'm not saying InfraGard themselves. Whoever has hold of, like, the FISA court and putting people on these lists to be, quote, surveilled. Yeah, they completely got rid of the partnerships. So did they get rid of the partnerships with these corporations, or are they just hiding that information? They wouldn't hide information from the public that keeps them employed with their stolen tax dollars, would they? All right, so we covered CDC, zombie preparedness, government pay scales, InfraGard, William Patrick Cox, Lockheed Martin, former executive. Sorry, I'm reading here while I'm talking to you guys. InfraGard structure and membership. Through InfraGard, the FBI maintains an active liaison with the INMA, along with leaders of the local IMAs. The INMA is uniquely positioned to act as a force multiplier for the FBI given its high visibility with the critical infrastructure key resources, CIKR, community along with the INMA's cross-sector reach. IMAs are incorporated as nonprofit entities, 501c3 organizations, and work with the FBI field offices to hold chapter meetings, host events, educate, and serve their communities. Each IMA has a local board of directors and/or officers to manage the local private sector activities and grassroots efforts. The IMAs are the members of the INMA. Therefore, when applying to InfraGard, one is affiliated with their local IMA. Did I miss something? Did they not explain the acronym IMA? What is an IMA? Membership requirements. U.S. citizen, 18 years or older. Affiliated with critical infrastructure sector. Affiliated with critical infrastructure sector. Consent to and pass FBI security risk assessment and periodic recertifications. Notify the FBI of any pending criminal matters. Sign and adhere to confidentiality and non-disclose agreement. Oh, they have to sign a non-disclosure. Agree to adhere to InfraGard Code of Ethics and Information Sharing Policies. How to join? Visit our website, www.infragard.org. Did I read this part yet? InfraGard mission. The mission of the InfraGard program is to foster collaboration and information sharing that enhances our collective ability to address threats to the United States critical infrastructure through a robust private sector government partnership. Private sector / government partnership. So, right, the 400 of the Fortune 500 company, corporation contracts. 400 giant corporations partner with the FBI InfraGard. So are those possibly 400 corporations use government money to pay their operatives, whatever the hell they want to call them, with some of these gift cards? And then that money goes right back into the corporation? Best Buy, Walmart, whatever, Verizon. Goal. The overarching goal of InfraGard is to promote ongoing dialogue and timely communication between members and the FBI. InfraGard members gain access to information enabling them to protect their assets and in turn give information to the government in order to prevent and address terrorism, cyber threats, and other crimes. So information sharing, all of our data is uploaded, saved to 2 major data information gathering centers, one in Salt Lake City, Utah, one in Fort Meade, Maryland. And all of that information, if your node pops up, if they put you through the FISA court, gets sent to one of these 78 fusion centers, which there just happens to be 79 InfraGard organizations, chapters. And that information is sent out from the fusion centers to these chapters and other compartmentalized groups to stalk, harass, terrorize you and your family. because they have called you some kind of threat. But, you know, the more threats that they put on their list, the more money they process from tax dollars and put back into these corporate stores. Seems a little sus. All right, I'm going back to y'all's comments here. Surveillance teams, this is nonprofit co-founder account. This person helps veterans, which thank you for that, by the way. Surveillance teams group, surveillance independent surveillance purchasing and rental of buildings next to targeted individuals within community, watch lists, guidelines, the accessibility to be reimbursed. Oh yeah, you guys know how many people have moved in next to me that play like street theater skits on me? That they do all kinds of weird stuff, and my guess is those people don't have to pay for their rent, their cars. They're reimbursed for everything, and it's part of the perk for their job. Yeah, very insightful nonprofit. For any lost wages, or I'm reading nonprofits comment here, for any lost wages or lost, for any lost wages or lost monies as a, guys, I apologize for the continued interruptions. How does one's phone overheat while inside a house that is room temperature? The reason my live stream froze is because it says that my phone overheated. Now I get how that'll happen. Well, the phone is on a phone holder in the window of your vehicle in Arizona when it's 100 degrees, but a little bit suspect when sitting at the kitchen table here and it just decides to. So, phone is overheating. YouTubers exposed. Says phone has a virus, too much porn. I don't look up porn on my phone. Use my computer for that. Aliens love our blood. Oh boy, you guys are having a great time, huh? Trevor Hitchin, how you doing, sir? Trevor Hitchin says that was critical what he just said. 78 sinners, chapters, divide and conquer is all they know. But God flipped the script. Even the elite are dropping like flies now. Radiation does not discriminate. Yeah, so, okay, here. Talking about how some of the, quote, elite are dropping like flies. So I talk about the Rothschilds a lot, research into the Rothschilds. They own like most of the planet. They have like 185 central banks in different countries around the world with the fiat system that keeps people financially enslaved. They own so much. So AverHealth, AverHealth, is a drug testing facility, place for urinalysis. And people that are on probation, or if they're trying to get a new job, and they have to be tested, whatever the reason is that they need to take a drug test, they can go to AverHealth. It's one of the testing facilities. So as I researched AverHealth, I learned that they're owned by Rothschild Holding Incorporated, which is part of Five Arrows investment funds, I believe. Five Arrows, Rothschild Holding, and they have, I mean, if we're talking about it, we might as well just look it up here real quick, right? AverHealth, Rothschild. All right, AverHealth, Rothschild and Company, based in Richmond, Virginia. Imagine that, Virginia, like the Virginia Company, 1871, turned our country into a corporation and enslaved us all. So let's look up AverHealth, Rothschild connection, Rothschild and Company, merchant banking, like merchant marines. Sector, healthcare, United States, investment date, July 2019. So Rothschild and Company acquired this business in 2019. Why do the Rothschilds own a drug testing facility? EverHealth, based in Richmond, Virginia, provides substance use monitoring services tailored to the unique needs of judicial programs. Oh, so they're connected specifically to the judicial system. That operate at the intersection of justice-related and behavioral health. Founded in 1995, EverHealth serves more than 1,800 courts and probation services across more than 25 states. EverHealth integrates all substance use monitoring activities, including random selection, client notifications, sample collection, laboratory analysis, and results reporting. EverHealth services are centered on APPA, NADCP, and ASAM. Doesn't say what any of those acronyms mean. Evidence-based practitioners proven to help clients develop coping and refusal skills to the new substance use. Averhealth.com. So the Rothschilds own this testing facility that serves more than 1,800 courts. How many courts are there in the United States? And probation services. That's interesting. That is interesting. And that was quick. I think.
Are you still online?
Yeah, but what is that? What did you get? Is that Culver's? I gotta go. Food's here. We got Culver's. Pretty awesome burger joint. All right. Well, hey, everybody, do your research on the Rothschilds and all this other stuff I was talking about. And if you spend enough time and effort looking this stuff up, you'll start connecting some dots and understanding more of this virtual prison we live in.
China is asshole.
Yeah. Oh, look up the Lee family.
L.I.
L.I. There is a great... Here, I'm gonna post a link. I'm gonna post a link here for you guys to research the Lee family before I go. The Lee bloodline, man. This is a great dig. Okay. Info, archive, view channel, edit. Share link. Oh, come on. Share link. No, not share in. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just want to copy and paste this. Huh, it won't let me. Share to. Copy link. Boom, there we go. All right, so I'm going to put in the chat here a link. I'll put a couple links for you guys. So if you want to research why just research this link, the Lee family. I mean, if you want to go all the way to the top of the global pyramid, boom, here you go. Lee bloodline. I mean, if that doesn't get me kicked off of YouTube, nothing will. While I'm at it, I'm going to send you guys links to the Matrix Groove show. Man, they don't make this easy to do. So if you want to join in some of these Telegram chats, you can Go to some of these links here. The Matrix Groove Show is this one right here. Whoa. And you start a Telegram account, and you can join in the chat. You can just listen, do whatever you want to do. There's the link right there. That's Matrix Groove. And one last one before I eat this burger for breakfast. Punisher War Room. Now there's trolls in these rooms, just like here on YouTube and all that. And I'm sure some of you trolls that are here on my YouTube channel will show up in these rooms, but they'll figure out who you are pretty quick and get rid of you. But Patriots connecting for news, information, ideas. Join us, Telegram, Punisher War Room. Oh, come on. Okay, maybe I can just copy this one. Oh. Well, let me do that. I'll just go on Telegram and look up Punisher War Room. I can't copy or paste anything for that for some reason. All right, well, I'm going to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this Saturday. It was fun talking to you guys, seeing some of your comments, answering some questions, going to the post office together. You guys have a great day. Stay strong. Keep your mind strong. Be patient.
Don't get the jab.
Don't get the jab. Let's see. YouTubers Exposed says, you guys need professional help. I think I want to remove you from my channel. I don't like you. Because you're not even creative. You just say like the canned statements. So, but that being said, professional help would be awesome. Like military, professionals arresting a bunch of stalkers. That'd be awesome. On that note, I'm going to go. Everybody have a great day.